So you just want me to introduce myself?
Yeah,
Sure,
sure.
yeah.
Yes, please.
I'm Paul Merritt. I also go by PaulDSSB. That's my usual tag. I came to NYU in 2014, graduated in 2018. Um, Started the Smash 4 scene shortly after it came out in like early 2015. Um, and then through a myriad of struggles with the academic board for clubs on campus, I moved over to PGN. I think that was in like late 2017. But we'll get to that in a bit when we talk more about my history. That's a brief introduction.
I guess I'll go. Um, Khan, Khan, Doctor Evil Rain, whatever other stupid names that are out there, still floating around. Um, Current TO for the fighting games community at NYU. Also the current president of Polygaming Network, which we have further expanded and tried to brand as more of a esports kind of thing, while I also don't do that personally. It's been it's been weird, but I don't really want this to be about me, so take it away.
Uh, oh wait. Oh, we're just going in.
No, go
Oh, the
introduce
other kind of
yourself.
take it away. Hi, yes, I'm Moss. You could also call me Matt. Both is fine. I'm Kong's roommate. Currently not his roommate due to regional issues, and I'm currently the graphics officer of PG. And all these logos you see on the screen are mine, not the background though. That's some Street Fighter. Wait, is it? Wait. Oh no,
This
that's
it's
from Tekken.
alternating. It's
It's
alternating.
alternate. Oh right, it's random. Look, I just realized there's a delay, so I can't even use the stream as a reference. I make the graphics. I taught Kong how to play fighting games, and that's why PGN is kind of the way it looks like right now, right? And yeah, other than that, I'm not too important. Just a friend. All right,
Oh, yeah.
I think we could begin.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Paul, I've sent you the short list of like stuff we'd want to talk about, but like it's pretty freeform, and
Okay.
we don't really
Do you have a
have.
list?
I sent a it was like a bullshit list I made in like 1 minute,
Oh,
but
wait,
like
can
Well,
I
I
see
mean,
this list too, or
I could send you the
or am I
list.
supposed to go in blind?
I could
I
send
mean,
you the list.
if there's any
Okay,
like
okay.
specific questions you have for me, we can just go like Q&A style, or if you want, I can start from the beginning and just kind of talk out my experience.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if you want to just start from wherever, that's
Sure.
kind of how
Okay.
we've had it with other people.
Yeah, okay. So like I said, I came to NYU in 2014. I found the NYU Smash Facebook group. I think it was advertising in the class of 2018 page, and at the time they were just playing Melee and like dabbling a little bit in PM. Um, but obviously Smash 4 was like right around the corner. So I was looking to get involved and maybe like pick up playing Melee, but obviously picking up Melee is pretty difficult. But I went to a few fests and just like got to like know some of them. And then fast forward later on when Smash 4 came out, um, it was like just before like finals and winter break, so no one really like played or like wanted to like host any events anyway. Like I don't even think Melee was having fests. But after that, after winter break, I reached out to Tom Sugerian, who some of the old heads might remember, ran Melee um, back in the day. I think he was a senior when I was a freshman. I reached out to him and I asked him like, "Do you have any plans for hosting like anything for Smash 4? Is anything like that in the works?" And he said, "No, not really, but like if you want to do it, you can definitely just like crash our event with it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Um, so I hosted a Smash 4 tournament at the first Melee Fest after winter break in like February 2015. Had a decent turnout. Like I think 25 people signed up. Some of them were from Melee and just kind of like dicking around with the game and just seeing if, just doing it for funsies. But like 20 or so people were definitely like interested in playing. So then after that, I took it upon myself to make a Facebook group for people that wanted to keep playing Smash 4 and not have it as like a side event and like try to do like our own thing with it. Um, and that's basically how the Smash 4 scene at NYU got started. It was very small at first with maybe like 10 or so people inside the NYU student body, and then like 10 or so outsiders that were just kind of playing with us. Um, but that's basically how it got started. Um, and feel free to like stop me anywhere, but like I can talk next about like how I got involved in like the club application process and all that
Oh,
garbage.
you could just keep on going.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
definitely.
okay.
yeah,
Cool.
we just like to hear stories about how people get into this stuff. So
Sure. Yeah, yeah. So then on like I had kind of my own thing. Tom was still holding down the fort with Melee and keeping that afloat. But at one point, I think it was in the end of 2015, Melee was trying to apply for a club, and I think this was like their third attempt, at least with the people that were currently doing it. Um, and they had reached out to me because they just got rejected and they were doing the appeal process, which if you don't know, if you get rejected from a club, you then have like a week to like put in like a one paragraph essay and any supplemental material, any attachments that you'd like to have them review it and maybe reconsider the decision. um, so they were putting together a video, kind of like a documentary about the NYU Melee scene, the importance that they all have, like in the the camaraderie, the community aspect, and all that. And they asked me to weigh in on it and maybe just like plug Smash 4 just like a little bit. I think they were like also trying to like extend their hand and maybe include us in case the club actually became a thing, but also to further legitimize that like this isn't just for like some old game. Like this is like continuing on into the future as new installments come out. So I did an interview for the video. We sent in the video. It was obviously automatically rejected, and that's basically how it went down. But after that point, I was really interested in the club application process. So then, in early 2016, I started thinking like, well, I'm not really interested in just having like an official NYU Melee club. I'd like something broader, more encompassing. So I was thinking, okay, just like how about all the Smash games? But even then, like that didn't really work in the appeal process. So I was thinking, well, okay, Play the Games Club exists, and it's like kind of a like a casual footing into like playing video games and tabletop and card games, and that's all fine and dandy. But I wanted to see if we could create a space for esports at NYU. And at the time, I didn't really know anything about PGN aside from the name on Nixie's jersey. But we'll get into how I heard about and got into PGN later on. Um, so I started looking to get to fix up like an esports club of sorts. So I went on Facebook. I was looking up like all the generic esports that are at NYU. And I'm not trying to like diss any of these games, but I was like searching. All right, is there a League of Legends group at NYU? Yes, there is. All right, let me get this admin and message him. Dota 2, Counter Strike, Hearthstone, even Pokemon. I was messaging basically like any like big game and just trying to see like who would want to get under this potential umbrella. And a lot of them were like really receptive to it. Like some of them DM me like instantly, some of them DM me like a week later, and they were like, "Yeah, we would love to do this," because it was just like a really it cost them nothing really. They were just putting their name down, and like should the club actually come to fruition, then they would get a part in it. They would get like some of the funding, some of the event materials and whatnot. Um, but it was like completely low stakes for them. I was just trying to see like as many people as I could get to like further legitimize the operation. Like I think by the end of it, I was like putting into the pitch for the club board like, oh, we have like over 1,500 people because that was like the amount of people in like all the Facebook groups combined, and like we have all these admins that are like totally willing to take on the helm and further do whatever they're doing right now because some of these groups were already having events like League of Legends, Counter Strike, Salt Mines. Obviously, they were all having their events. But games like Hearthstone, or actually no, Hearthstone was as well. I shouldn't disparage them. They were actually like touring around and competing internationally at one point. But Dota 2, Pokemon, those were kind of stagnant. StarCraft, like they weren't doing anything. They were basically just like a social hub on Facebook. But I was trying to rope them in and maybe create events for them or inspire them to do so. Um, so I ended up applying for an esports club in fall 2016. It got rejected. We appealed. It also got rejected. We did like numerous meetings in person with the club board, and some of the representatives we talked to on the club board, I'm not trying to like make them out to be really bad people or out of touch, because a lot of them really understood our case. But someone we didn't speak to, someone more behind the scenes, behind closed doors, I don't want to say they like had it out for us, but I'm sure they had their reasonings for rejecting us each time. Um, but we really like gave it our all. I think it was myself, Mikey Hahn, Sid, I think Josh Melnick, maybe a few others that would like constantly go in person during like lunchtime just to like speak with anyone and just like state our case. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out. Um, and then from then on, and obviously like in 2015 and 2016, I was still making events for Smash for NYU. I was still doing that in the background, just doing my grassroots thing, and helping facilitate Melee wherever I can. Um, and we had like started to really build an interesting community in Smash 4 MRU. We're no longer like a dozen or so people. We're like several dozen attendees every week. Playing until like 3 a.m. We started doing this thing that I'm not sure if I was the one that pitched it originally, but we kind of had like a few dedicated people as the quote unquote admins of Smash 4 NYU. These are the people that would go like every week and like really contribute. They would bring monitors, bring consoles as well. These people were the admins that I was like constantly in correspondence with. We were like working out new events that we could do to try and like enrich our numbers and get like more people turning out weekly. So we had these things called invasions, where we would essentially invite out a guest from the broader NYC community, have them enter bracket, play with us, even like coach us a little bit. Like we had DeKill Sage come in. We had we had a number of PR'd players in the scene. Obviously, there were a number of players that came just to hang out and play friendlies as well, like John Numbers, Sinji. They were there like constantly. We had Wes from Deadly Alliance as well. Just lots of I think one thing that I really stressed in the beginning and like throughout Smash 4 NYU is that this isn't just a hub for playing on campus and like meeting people. Obviously, that's great. I love that. I love the community that we built on campus, but it's also about reaching out to the community outside of that, getting in touch with the NYC local scene. Like we never wanted to have our events coinciding with like a Nebulous at the time or a Xeno Saga or something. And we actually reached out with them and coordinated with them a lot. Like I worked with Devin 3000 and Helper to make sure that we wouldn't like mix up our event calendars and just try to keep everything like separated so that we could encourage our people to, I don't know why I'm saying our people, we could encourage the NYU students to go over to their tournaments and enter there. And we would often like make like outings to go do that as well. So we constantly tried to like bring people in and then also like bring people out, and make sure that there was a constant back and forth and that the communities were intermixing and everyone was getting to know each other and play in the broader scene as well. So then back to esports at NYU. Even though it kind of fizzled out in the end of 2016, we tried it in the beginning of 2017 as well. Didn't really do a whole lot different, but I think at this point is when I started to learn about PGN, because I was reaching out to more of the Brooklyn communities at the Poly, or now the Tandon campus. And that's how I got in touch with Ryan Lee and Kimberly Chen, as well as Matt Gitlin, who I think was the current president at the time. And there was some mixed reception to the prospect of an esports club at NYU among them. I'm not gonna name names, but there were definitely some people of that I've just mentioned that were not very interested in a potential esports club at NYU, or rather wanted to just further what PGN was doing, and that's totally fine. I totally get that. But I was never trying to like make any sort of competition between the clubs. Like I worked with Play from the get-go to make sure that like we weren't trampling on their toes, they weren't trampling on our toes, stuff like that. But this is how I got exposed to PGN. And then during the second application and appeal process, which was in like spring 2017, I was talking with Ryan and Kim more, and the two of them were kind of pushed me to consider just merging under the umbrella that is PGN, because PGN has like a small amount of funding, or at least they did at the time. They had the ability to schedule events in certain areas that were otherwise restricted, and just all sorts of little incentives to just join under them. Because like at that point, it was like, well, we can continue being grassroots, or we can be essentially grassroots plus, where we get like a little bit of benefits from being under the wing of a bigger club, one that's just already existed and isn't really in jeopardy of any kind. So that became the move. I talked it over with the admins. I talked it over with some of the other people that were interested in esports at NYU, like the people of like League of Legends, Dota, which was completely fizzled out at this point, Pokemon as well, Hearthstone, Counter-Strike, just making sure that like they're cool with this new strategy, because it seemed like esports at NYU was kind of just a non-starter. Like the NYU club board was just not interested at this point. It had been, at least 3 years of NYU Smash attempts, 2 full years of like quality esports at NYU attempts. Like I don't want to undersell how much work I and others put into trying to make esports at NYU a possibility, because there were so many people that were very interested in this. Obviously, we had like the community leaders for all these games, and then all their members of that as well. But it just wasn't going to work, and PGN was offering us a really really good opportunity. So that's how I got involved with PGN. I think I basically became like the esports officer immediately, because I was already like so invested in esports at NYU, and PGN was going to take this opportunity to make a or facilitate a broader interest in esports in general, which I don't know if PGN was previously like not associated with esports, but they weren't emphasizing it as much. So that's kind of what I was brought on to do. But I was mostly still working in Smash 4 NYU, because that ate up like majority of my time. So I was still facilitating like the weekly streams, the weekly tournaments, the monthlies, all that stuff. But I also had the opportunities that PGN allowed for, like reserving spaces at Magnet, reserving spaces at U-Haul, etc. And I think that basically wraps up the history of my like organizational stuff. But that's basically the journey from like when I got started in 2014, 2015 to how I joined PGN, and kind of my mindset of doing that as well. So yeah, I think that's kind of the long and short of the history of it. I'm still here. I'm still connected, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
No, you guys,
No,
you guys,
we're-
you
you're
guys have
good.
been
We're
great,
just-
like being like quiet listeners. I didn't have Discord open, so I couldn't see.
No, you're good.
Okay.
We would have panicked otherwise, but
Yeah,
and
no, for
started emailing you like we had to do sometimes. But you know what? You've been
Jeez.
pretty good at this.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not really sure where you want me to go next.
It sounds like an uphill struggle. Everything that has to do
Yeah.
with video games and NYU just sounds like hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, like we were pretty good at making our case that like, oh, these are like some of our best players, and they're competing like in state and out of state, and like we could facilitate like a trip out to a tournament. We could have viewing parties for like big major tournaments, which people are already otherwise watching. And there was like a constant I don't even know how to describe the emotion, but we were constantly looking at other clubs, and I really don't mean to like disparage other clubs, but we were just like, yo, the Cheese Club exists and they get funding to have events. Why can't we just get like a few pizza boxes and a room to watch League of Legends Worlds or something like that? Like that was kind of our mindset, and I think we were like really good at levying that to like the representatives of the club board that we spoke to, but it didn't work out in the end. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to repeat myself on that.
I don't know what's up with the Cheese Club, dude.
Do they still exist?
I think
I
they
believe
do.
so,
I don't
yes.
know how. I don't know how they're supposed to run events during quarantine. Maybe they just buy cheese like off Amazon and eat it together, like on Zoom, staring at each other, like masticating. But it's
I don't get
like
it either.
the thing
Yeah,
is, I would not mind joining them. I do like cheese quite a lot,
same.
but it seems weird that they seem to have a lot more respect than we do.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. They don't want to give us money. They don't want us to like host events during like spring break, except they did for some reason.
Mm.
They I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. In fact, I shouldn't be annoyed at this. Kong is the one who should actually be talking about this because he's much more to do with the administrative stuff. All I do is draw cool logos.
I will say it's every single time I speak to anyone from before us, it just consistently feels like there's the same we run into the same issues. Most of them are administrative, and we're pretty much always looping back and forth between um big growth, and then we just hit like a sudden wall, and then that's just kind
Yeah.
of it.
I think there was a joke tossed about. There was a curse and it had to do with every even numbered president.
Mm.
I don't know about that. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I don't want to discourage the next president who will be number 6. Remember, you are evenly numbered.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Just to touch on what you mean about like hitting a wall. Like, yeah, it's really hard not to get into a defeatist attitude, especially when like, you're doing your best to reach out to the club board and like whoever their current representative and like contact is. And then at one point, the positions rotate or your strongest advocate for your given club has graduated. Like there's all these like constant torch passings that really stagnate your progress. Like you're constantly growing, right? You're getting all these new people, but then people, they come and go. People leave positions and people graduate, and that's something that's really hard to manage when you're constantly fighting to actually get a group started in a 4-year run that you can make attempts. It's rough. It's hard not to get really bummed about that, and yeah, that's something that we definitely ran into a lot.
Cast Stream is here asking about when Paul is going to talk about Falcon's jab.
So the thing about Falcon's jab is in Smash 4, Captain Falcon has a 2-frame jab, and then he can just hold down the A button, and it's constantly active as that jab 1. So, I don't even know what the FAF is on it, but it's almost every 2 frames that hitbox is active. And one of the most common get up options off of the ledge is regular get up, which it covers pretty well. You only have like a very tight window to shield it, and Falcon could just cancel his jab and then grab you. Falcon can jab you out of your ledge jump, your ledge hop if you were to like drop off and then jump. It might even be able to catch roll, and it either clanks with or beats most get up attacks. It's obviously my knowledge is not as good on Smash 4 as it once was, but Falcon Jab is a problem. You can look at Falcon Jab a lot like the club board, in that it looks really simple to get past. In fact, you've already made the case in your head for like how easily you can facilitate your goals, but then Falcon either like cancels his jab and then there's like a new position in charge at the club board and they deny you, or Falcon just catches you with his jab and the current person that you were talking with and you think you had like a good rapport, they just suddenly deny you because reasons. So yeah,
holy
that's
shit, that
Falcon jab.
transition. That fucking
Yeah,
transition,
we're
dude.
segueing all over the place here.
I can't believe you pulled that off so well. I'm on push to talk, but I swear that shit is damn. Holy fuck.
I didn't plan for that, but it just Falcon Jab is just it's ubiquitous. It covers everything, even in conversations. It's insanely powerful. And even though I played Smash 4 for like 4 years, and it's been like another 4 years since then, I have no idea how to deal with Falcon Jab, and I have no idea how to deal with the NYU club board.
I mean, the hope is we do these PG interviews, right? And we talk to all these prior people, and hopefully one of these days, we build up enough information after generations and generations and generations to find the counterplay to
Yeah,
Falcon Jab.
that's the goal. Yeah, for real.
It's it's kind of insane that we had to do all this work just to be able to have a functioning like video games club. But
Yeah. Every time one of us graduates, we'll leave behind um, the most recent club application on Google Docs so that, future generations could look at it. We'll look back, we'll leave the tournament VODs behind us so people can see us getting walled off by Falcon Jab and maybe form some counterplay. That's God, it just keeps working. It's so good.
I do want to ask, is
Yeah.
there actually a good way, besides the salt mine VODs
Mhm.
on YouTube, is there any other long form documentation from the Smash 4 scene? Because we currently do not have that. We have a lot of old footage, of course, from just random Ultimate clips. We have some Melee stuff, but kind of more towards 2014, 2015, 2016. That's like
Yeah.
a big gap in our archive.
Yeah, for sure. So for one, you can go to my YouTube channel. I almost feel like I'm doing like a plug at the end of a fucking thing. But you can go to my YouTube channel. You can just search PaulDSSB on YouTube. You'll find playlists for all the weeklies and monthlies that I was able to cover. Um, there are probably some videos that are unlisted for privacy reasons due to the persons that are involved, but you can find basically all the material on there. And then also, like Castrium has said in chat, you can go to Smash 4 NYU on Facebook. It's all still there. It's just completely inactive because everything has moved on to the next game. But you can find the history of all the events in there, all the PR graphics, all the streams, everything.
All right. That sounds amazing. Well, I'll definitely try to form some playlists for the PGN YouTube channel that we have now.
Yeah, yeah. I dropped a link to the playlists on my channel in
Oh,
the
it got
chat.
censored because of Nightbot, but
Nice, good. It doesn't even show that on my end, so I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm shadow banned. Good, good. That's good. But yeah, everything is still there. One of the things that I really like found value on early on, I bought a capture card. I don't remember if I used my own money or my parents' money, but I mean that's between me and God, so whatever. But early on, I bought a capture card, and made it a commitment to just like stream like every week. One of the things that really got me into Smash in the beginning is I was watching like Xanadu every week because it was just like really accessible, like high quality content. I don't know if the gameplay was super high quality at the time, but I was able to like watch gameplay and that kept me involved and kept me wanting to come back. And I realized like that is a really powerful tool to get people to stay in the NYU community because people either want to show up on stream, they want to cheer for their boy on stream, they want to use it to review VODs. It's a cool way to um, keep a lasting I guess a lasting recording of like all the stuff that happened in the community, both for bettering your play and then also just for looking back on and memories.
I don't even know what to say to that because it's like, well, again, it's like it's so cyclical. The every single generation, it feels like there's so much is still the same, and we can't progress past like the pivotal point where either we get more official support or I don't know, we go crazy and don't need it somehow.
There's like different different flavors of PGN throughout the years, and I do think that in itself is interesting. But there's never any respect for it from the school, and that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, you go up to a given member of the club board and you tell them like, oh, this past event we had like 45 people and they really, really loved it. And it was like a huge success. And these are like way more numbers and way more consistent numbers than like any other group is getting. Not to throw shade at any other group, but also yes to throw shade at every other group. I'm looking at you, Joss Whedon
Do it.
Appreciation Club. You were getting like five
What?
people every. Just a random one that was at the time. Anyways, um, like we're getting like such crazy numbers, but they're just they're not interested. I think to some degree the club board is a little bit hesitant to invest in like any new club. It seems like because I remember during the appeal process, there would be a lot of other people lined up at the door waiting to appeal their case as well, and we even like saw some similar faces and names over the years. So it just seems like the board is just not interested in facilitating any new club, and it's really hard to remove an old club's existence because if I remember correctly, it's like you do like one event and you're basically safe from being removed or something like that. You spend your minimum funding on a box of pizza and then you're good. It's like really easy to maintain a position of club status. It's just so hard to get access to it.
I'm not exactly certain. I know the minimum requirements are like you have to host like 3 events. I don't even know if there's a minimum spending thing. But I don't know if that rule is going to be amended because with the first semester that COVID was a real big problem, and then with also last semester, I know there's a lot of big clubs that legitimately did not even have like one event. Or
Yeah,
if anything, they had one event.
yeah, and I imagine it's pretty easy to just like scuff the numbers, I don't know what the term is, but like fudge the numbers. That's it, fudge the numbers, and just like pretend you had an event or something like that. Because I remember doing like the PGN check-ins, for like the Smash 4 events. I would log on to like the club board site or whatever, and I would jot down people's names, and I was being pretty honest about it, at least in the beginning. But like it's very easy to like fudge the numbers on these things, and you can just like come up with your own events and whatever, and nobody bats an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Play right now, just as an aside while we're talking about like dead clubs and no events.
Oh yeah, Play should technically not even be a club.
They should
And
not exist.
I've like infiltrated into them effectively. And
Apparently
it's
they
like they don't really
had-
do anything anymore. It's very strange.
Yeah,
That's a shame.
Despite having no events in the fall, somehow they are still alive enough to host an event this semester.
That's
I
interesting.
don't know if anyone showed up, and I doubt it because
Hmm.
I don't know. Why would I? They guess what they played?
Settlers of Catan.
Oh man, I wish.
Oh, what was it?
It was Among Us.
Oh
Of
no,
course.
Amogus.
Actually, oh my god, this page was so barren. I gotta link a screenshot. Kong, put this on stream.
No, I already know what it is. I don't even know if I want to put it on stream. There's
It
literally
looks
nothing.
so empty. Description.
Jeez. Oh
This
no.
week is Among Us.
Yeah.
God, that's sad. Yeah, I remember. I don't want to like diss too much. Maybe I do. When I was at NYU, Play had their like freshman. What was the name of the freshman intro week where you're like, there's all these events for all these different clubs. I don't know, but
I think
there
it
was
was
like
Welcome Week.
Welcome Week. Yeah, Welcome Week. Yeah, they would have like a generic meet and greet in Welcome Week to just, find like fellow gamers or whatever. And then they would have like one event where they just like buy a box of pizza and there's a box of Settlers of Catan on the table and you can just play. It was always like very uh lazy. At least was my understanding of it. And there had been points where we tried to like collaborate with Play and like use some of the resources, but also like enrich some of their events by combining forces. But it just seemed like it was a non-starter every time, because either they weren't interested or some other reason.
Can I just say it's probably fine to talk shit about them because I don't think any of them are listening and ever will listen again.
That's fair. And yeah, like I don't want to burn bridges, but at the same time, some of these people did try to burn bridges with me pretty early on anyway. So yeah,
There's been like a weird, from what I noticed from other PG interviews, there's been a weird history of like respect where they've been really like instrumental to the club's development, and other times where they just kind of took opportunities from us. Like I remember
Mm,
Ryan saying like, "Oh, if it weren't for Play, PGN probably wouldn't exist because there was a lot of the members helped him out with making the club."
mhm.
And then I also remember him saying like, "Oh yeah, but the one time there was some esports event. Instead of handling it to us, the esports quote unquote club, they did it themselves as the board game club. So there's a little bit of animosity, but there's
Yeah,
also a
no,
little
and
bit of respect.
yeah, I totally
So it's
feel
all
that.
fair game.
Yeah. And Ryan and I have a shared history in a lot of this for sure. And I think this almost goes back to what you were saying about how every other year PGN has like a cursed presidency. I think every other year with Play, we had someone that was like really welcoming and really willing to work with us. And then, you know, in those gap years, we had people that were really hostile, or they would just make an event that's quote unquote steals people from our event without any communication or any forthcoming gestures. It's definitely been a shaky relationship over the years.
I don't know if there's any way to resolve that. In fact, I've like tried to
Yeah.
contact the president of Play currently, and I've gotten zero response like the 6 or so different times I tried.
I remember we had a lot of like failed email outreaches. At one point, we were able to set up a group call with much of PGN and much of Play. It's kind of an infamous group call to some of the old heads in PGN for some of the things that the Play people said to us. That like what I
Whoa.
was saying about like people that tried to burn bridges almost directly. There were some people that were just very hostile to work with, or they just saw Play as like a vanity project for themselves, but like didn't have any interest in actually like growing or making any like cool events or any sort of collaboration beyond that. They just saw it as something to put on the resume or something like that.
I don't even know what to say. I had to like
Yeah.
internalize that for a second. It's like I don't even know. I don't even know how I would deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do. At that, if you can like really tell that they're like not in it for anything but themselves, or they just have like no interest in doing anything cool, then you just shut them out. Like you have to ignore them because I mean, you want to do cool shit, so they're just gonna hold you back, I guess. Um,
These clubs are
yeah.
like a community project. You can't just be in it for yourself. You gotta be like, oh wow, I want to revive the FGC. It's not like I want to play fighting games. It's like I wanna do something for other people.
I've
Yeah.
probably played fighting games less. At least at the
Yeah,
locals. At least at the locals, it's like, well, I don't really have that many time to play anything.
yeah. He's like running around and making sure everyone else is having a good time. I think.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah. There have been like a lot of events that like I put a lot of work into getting started and running, and then I don't even feel like playing because I'm like out of practice and I'm like, you know, busy TOing or something like that. That's happened countless times.
I remember Ryan basically saying, "I'm so burned out from PGN, trying to like keep this shit all together. That whenever I see your events, I appreciate it. I watch it. I think it's really cool. I'll never join one." And it's like, damn,
I
that
think he's
makes sense,
I,
but that's also
I think he's
very
even
like,
told that to me. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think like one time we were at a tournament at U-Haul together and he was just like, "Damn. Hey Kim, you want to go somewhere?" And then they would just like go get food or something.
I
That's valid. That's totally cool. It's like a stuffy atmosphere, and like if you're already stressed doing your own event planning, I totally get it.
I'm so glad all I do is the graphics. Graphics are really fun to do. I get to look at them and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, this looks pretty. And then I get to play in the events I made the graphics for, and I'm just like, yeah, this is the life.
Oh man, I can talk about old Smash 4 NYU graphics. If you look through the
Yes,
cover photo,
please.
if you look through the cover photo history, one thing like we really wanted to get from the beginning, like, you know, between the admins and I, is a PR, power ranking of sorts. Because people like to flex that. They like to see how they're doing. They like to
Oh,
see
it's
who the
private.
best is. Oh, it's all
Right, the
private.
Facebook page is private, dude.
Oh, I think the reason I made the Facebook page group private was because we had a lot of spammers for like various
Oh,
tournaments and streams when Smash 4 was a thing.
uh,
It's
oh,
probably safe now that I can make it unprivate, but you could just like apply to join and I'll
right,
permit
right,
you or
right.
whatever.
It
Oh no, it says
says
it says it's a public group, but you have to like.
when this happens, but usually because the owner only
Mm.
shared it with a small group of people, change who could see it, or it's been deleted.
Oh,
They
it
they're
says it's
not
been
giving.
archived. I
Oh,
don't that might mean that there's nothing I can do. But I mean,
Oh.
I'm like fully like if you want to like contact me, I can like copy and send
Yeah.
you these pictures. So
You know what? I kind of want to
yeah.
ask a vanity question.
Oh yeah, sure.
What do you think about the way PGN looks now?
The way
This,
PGN looks now?
yeah. This is just to inflate my ego.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really paid that much attention since leaving, but let me take a look at the group.
That's fair.
The Ultraviolets roster reveal. Did you work on that? Because that looks really cool.
Yeah, I took a whole bunch of like images I found online and basically just applied a purple filter over it.
Wait, what do you
And it
mean?
looks sick.
No, that
The-
video was
the
made
video?
by someone else.
Oh, no, I was
Well,
thinking about the
I
roster announcement post.
I was looking at the roster announcement post. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that one. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
I
yeah.
did.
Yeah, that looks
And then
sick.
there's
Very clean.
God, where else do we actually find all this shit? It's all on Engage, but the way
Some
it's
of these-
organized is
yeah.
kind of ass.
Yeah, some of these ones I'm seeing are like all over the place. Like I see something from February 2020, and then I scroll down a bit and it's like March 2018. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure I can look more later. But I mean, that itself looks very sleek. I'm a big fan of sleek designs
Yay.
like that.
It was
But what
worth
I was
it.
Yeah, what I was saying about the logo designs for the early PRs in Smash for NYU, we didn't have at the time we only had like a dozen or so people in NYU that were playing, so we didn't really have like a graphic designer of any kind.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself to download I don't even remember if I torrented it at the time or if it was just like a trial of Photoshop, but I was like looking up how to
It's definitely a trial.
I mean, a student
Yes,
licensed
yes.
copy from
Yes.
NYU, you know, they
Absolutely.
provide. Absolutely. Yeah, so I was like looking up how to like table things and keep them like aligned, and it's so bad now that I'm looking at it. Like the text is like really like small font size but stretched. The font choice is also really bad. It looks very squished. There's like all this space between like the number ranking and then like the actual like text of the player, and then it's just like the generic like roster image on a backdrop of Battlefield, and then an NYU logo that's completely stretched and bastardized in the corner. It's a mess. It's terrible. I put it together, and I take full responsibility for it, and it's my proudest achievement.
I'm gonna be I'm going to be honest. I don't think you should bother using or trying to make tables on something like Photoshop. I think it's too much work to get everything
Oh yeah,
aligned.
no, it was definitely a mistake. It took me hours to
I don't
do.
know what program you should actually use to have fancy tables, but I don't think it's Photoshop.
I mean, yeah, even like like I was like so invested in make sure that it was like aligned and like looked like you know, even. But then we ended up getting like an actual graphic designer, friend of the community, Tao, and she did all of our cover photos with like few exceptions for like years to come, and these are some like phenomenal ones. And I'm looking at like from the beginning, like she like really took a lot of initiative in making them look like super nice over the years. Like at first they were like, you know, kind of generic but like presentable, but then they actually look amazing toward the end. And I think having a nice looking PR graphic, great for bringing people in, and great for like showing off what we have to offer. So I think that's like really important that you get like a good graphic designer, like a dedicated graphic designer for sure.
It's a pretty fun position, depending on like your attitude towards it, and I think looking at your events page, looking at the NYU upcoming events, and being like, oh, that's my thumbnail. Look at how much it stands out. Is pretty sick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yo, what's good, Ryan? Yeah. I think that's obviously like very important. And then I actually that kind of leads into another thing I wanted to say about the events that I put together in Smash for NYU, which is that one thing that you notice when you're like running events is that sometimes people can't come consistently. They'll be like, "Oh, I could either come this week or I could come next week. I'm not really sure, but I can't make both." Or they'll be like, you know, between like med school and my other clubs, like I can only maybe come like once every couple months. I think it's really important to plan in advance a big like major event. It's a very like Smash thing, it's a very FGC thing to have like a major or a regional of some kind. The further advanced that you can plan that out and get people like interested and put it on their schedule, and then also the more interesting you can make that event, the more unique these are things that can really incentivize people to make it a plan to actually like go to this. Like things that come to mind are like NSM Civil War, which was like our take on the 2GG Civil War that was happening alongside it. We formed factions. You were Team Alsla, you were Team Nick C, or you were, I don't know, an undecided loser. But we had like a crew battle staged between the teams. We had doubles, singles, maybe even like another event. I don't remember. We had it hosted on Smash GG. We made it like super, super official and cool. We had like dedicated graphics for it and all that. And that brought in like, I think maybe 45 people as opposed to our usual like 20 to 30. And I think that goes to show like how important it is. We did this again after with Paul's funeral, my funeral. That was another big event that we like really made a point to emphasize. We even had like a lead up into it where we had like a bunch of brackets where people could see if they could kill me. And we like made it a really, really important event and brought in a lot of people for that. I think making events that are really, really big like that are a good selling point. People can be like, yo, look at this really cool event that I went to. Who am I kidding? No one says that for Smash tournaments. But they can look at the event. They can see like how cool the graphic looks. They can see all the people they went to. Hey, I'm allowed to shit on my community. I don't even know if I could say my community anymore. I'm an old head, but I'm allowed to shit on it because I love Smash 4. But I think that stuff is really important if you're trying to foster a community and get like a lot of engagement.
Can we talk about this tier list?
No. We gotta. Well, is it the tier list I'm thinking of, or is it?
It's the Paulolive.
Okay.
We're pivoting.
Well, we have to preface it. We have to preface this.
Probably all right.
We have to preface this first.
This
First,
is awful.
This would have worked better if SJ were here, but hopefully in the future we can bring them on. First of all, we got to talk about how is the Paulolive Council structured and what makes these
Why
decisions.
Zayna in D tier?
Okay, I can probably explain
why is Aki rolls so low?
Okay, I can definitely explain some of these. So here's the way it works. First of all,
Polka number 1 is a good choice.
First of all, it's almost complete democracy in the sense that everyone puts in a tier list, and then those are all kind of averaged out based on like the placing, like average placing divided by like how many people actually like place them to begin with. So for the most part, it's what you see is what you get. But one thing that you have to consider is that aside from SJ and maybe Ed, most people just digest Hololive in clips that are just like shared from like the various like clip and sub channels. There are not a lot of Luna clips. At the time that Rene was put at like D tier, there was maybe one clip of her from her debut stream.
She speaks English.
I get what's happening because I probably contributed to some of this. There are not a lot of clips for some of these characters, and you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that they're gonna be put low as a result of that, especially given how many more people only are watching like the big 5 or so, and not really caring about anything else.
That's more understandable.
Yeah, more understand. It's a big relative more. More is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
I don't like democracy anymore.
There's another fellow who shares your sentiment on that, and that's Carol. He's been actively trying to ruin democracy by artificially placing Marine in bottom tier or something like that. Yeah, that's a discussion.
Wow, this tier list is disgusting, dude.
I've said on mic, this is like is worse than Justin Wong tier list, which is already saying a lot.
This is worse than like the November tier list, and I'm not even sure how you managed to pull that off.
All I do is I web scrape everyone's posted tier lists and then I average it out. What you see is the general opinion of the group chat, basically. But I will probably I can stand behind Luna being bottom tier. I think I think her voice and character weirds me the fuck out.
It's
I
funny.
only like her when she is saying a curse word or getting punched, and that doesn't happen often enough for her to be out of D tier.
You know what? I think we should instead we should just show everyone's individual tier lists. I think we need to read out the trash
Okay.
from the kings.
Do we really want to do this? Let's go.
Oh my god, do you actually have all the individual ones? Are you looking them up right now?
I'd have to like go into DMs with all the people that have submitted and find all of them, but like I could definitely pull up my own because it's under my account.
All right.
I'll
We
pull up my
putting these
most
up
recent
onto
one.
the stream.
I'll pull up my most recent one. You can have it that one, and then we can move on from this charade.
You should have
because I don't
posted
think anyone else is interested.
the regular one on the tier list. Probably looking. I'm willing to come up on stream and defend mines.
Okay, well here we're gonna have.
All right, here is my personal rankings, February 2021. You can take a look.
You're gonna have to post that to stream chat. In
Oh,
the
right.
tournament chat,
Fucking
unfortunately.
Shadow
Yeah.
Band or whatever. I'll DM it to
Nightbot.
you on Discord.
All right.
There you go. Read it and
And
wait.
you can-
We're gonna have. Okay, this is the
I'm so
the
scared.
normal one.
I'm
This
scared.
is the aggregated one that's on the stream
No,
right
this is
now.
this is. Oh, you're showing the aggregated one. I don't have this.
Okay,
one up.
okay.
Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, I see.
Then we're
I
gonna
see.
get.
My personal one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you post a personal one for us right now?
We're gonna get it up. This should be the aggregated one. Oh, whoops! It's loading in. Oh, we're getting ads because I put it into the OBS. Okay. Let's
Nice, dude.
let's not do it that way.
it.
Let's do it a different way. That's better. What is a better
Just
way to
copy
do
the
this?
image, or you could wait.
Yeah, let's
what,
see.
does it show as
Yeah,
an
let me
image?
get
Actually,
this.
it doesn't. Oh, you could do download the image and then you can open.
There
it
we
in the
go.
Tab. There
I
you
feel
go.
like this question was burning in me the entire time.
Yeah, I know you've
I
been waiting
needed
on
to
this.
know.
You needed this resolution here.
Wow, Reina is
Oh, shit.
really even lower.
Whoops.
Wait, she's still in D tier. Isn't that about the same? I don't know.
I mean, in proportion to.
This is in February when there was like 2 Rain clips.
It's not, dude. She likes keyboards though. I like
Oh.
keyboards.
All right. Okay, cool.
I
Cool.
like keyboards a lot.
I'm here for entertainment. I'm not here for parasocial shared interests.
I feel like damn. I can't imagine putting Toa that low with a singing voice.
Okay,
don't- honestly-
okay. This is February. This is pre-palette. But
You
also,
don't need to listen to Palette to know that she's really good at singing.
She is really good at singing. I mean, before I had her at like D tier, so she actually like shot up considerably just from
Oh
singing
my God.
performance. But the fact of the matter is, I get like more entertainment value watching like a Matsuri stream or a Risu stream than I do a Toa stream. You know what I mean?
Have you seen, no spoilers, have you seen Risu's what was that series? Nia streams?
No, I haven't. I
They're
saw that she was doing it, but I didn't watch it.
they're really good, but you definitely should not watch it if you haven't beaten Nier Automata.
I have not. Yeah.
Because they're among my favorite content, and it's what got me to subscribe to her.
Oh, nice.
It's just really good. That's it.
Cool.
Unfortunately, yeah, I can't with good conscience ask you to spoil yourself on it, but she has definitely done homework.
All right. Good to know.
That was a very friendly exchange right there.
Also, you're dumb,
You want to
and your
elaborate
taste
why?
is dumb,
Okay. Cool.
and I can't
Alright,
believe you put.
We're taking the tier list out. Get that
Yeah.
added off the stream.
All right, who's got the best here? Who put Luna the highest?
That's
That-
how you
that's what I wanna
determine
know.
it?
That's how you determine this? I don't
No, I
know.
just want to see who did it anyways.
I'd have to. I feel like if I were to like intuit or guess, it would probably be Ed, but I don't know.
That's how we know. That's how we know we can trust Ed.
We can trust.
We can
Ed.
trust Ed.
Ed's a name you could trust.
Either Ed or Al. I don't know if Alan. Well, there's no way to know what goes on in Alan's head. But yeah,
Alan's a name
I,
you could trust.
I mean, I trust Alan for the most part. Some caveats, but I think it'd be Ed if I had to guess.
I'm very surprised Ollie's in B tier considering how many clips she has. I'm not the biggest fan of her either, but I just think that it's like this seems like the kind of tier list that would have Ollie fans.
I think some of us think she comes on a little too strong and like is like still trying a little too hard. I think she's definitely like funny at times, but I don't know. I feel like her energy is a little too much for me sometimes.
It's very hard
Especially
to
with all the
handle.
screaming. Yeah,
It's
but
very
like
hard to handle.
I can definitely consume her in like a few clips a month, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, one of those is pretty funny. But like, yeah, I don't know. She needs time to like find her itch. I feel like it
Yeah.
was the same as Callie, where like Callie,
Yeah.
day one, I was like, yo, she's like rapping. That's cool. She's easy S tier, and then I was like, oh, this tsundere charade is actually getting like kind of grating.
I
And
think she
then I
reduced it.
think, yeah, no, I think she's actually gotten like a lot better over like recent weeks, at least in my opinion. I think she
She's just now
isn't.
incredibly awkward and very like human, and
Yeah,
that's cool
yeah,
and
exactly. She
relatable
doesn't.
because
She's not forcing a bit as much anymore. She's just herself, and I think that's
I mean everyone takes a while to adjust to it, right?
exactly. Yeah, now I'm just waiting for Ollie's turn.
Uh, uh, oh God, what is Mad Penguin doing in the chat? Hello, yes, the acting core tournament has already started and ended.
Yeah, congrats to Jay Wong.
Yo, shoutouts to Justin Wong. Shoutouts to Justin Wong having better tier lists than Paulolive.
Wow, I don't know if you want to hold yourself to that because I feel
No,
like
no,
in the
no, no,
coming,
it's
feel like in
true.
the coming weeks he's gonna drop like his frozen meal tier list and it's gonna be like really really terrible and I'm just
No,
gonna
no,
tag
no,
you in it and
but
be
like
like, are you
that's
sure?
old content. That's old content. He needs to grind out more KOF 13 combo trials.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
gotta get
Um,
them YouTube money.
yeah.
You saw the G in that video too, didn't you, Kong?
As soon as I saw that Giuna of all people do it, it's like, well, I know this is a dead format.
Yep.
No one else should ever be doing this.
Show us your tier list. I really don't. I don't actually have one.
I don't have a tier
I
list.
Ooh,
find
okay. Oh, is that how it is?
I find it kind of
Oh,
awkward to
oh.
like rank
You know,
actual
my
people.
tier list is better than yours, but you see, I don't have it on me. I
No, I straight up don't rank people. That's kind of weird.
Are we doing this live on stream?
Oh, are we
okay.
going? Are we actually? Are we?
Your
You know what?
tier
If we
lists
do
are
it on
bad,
live,
but I am above you because I don't even make tier lists.
if we're doing it, if we're doing it live, that's actually going to be pretty funny. I'm down for that.
Are we doing this live? I'll do it live.
We have
I'll
to
do
speed
it
membership
live and I'll get
in 30
shouted out
minutes.
in my ears for it. In the challenge, on the challenge, from the challenge. All right, let me get set up for this.
Okay, how should I Discord stream this as well? And you could just like share us like both trying to make out here. Oh shit, we have all
Combined?
CN. Yeah, just like adjacent.
Oh, that might work.
I
Let
agree
me
too.
let me.
You know,
let me
you know,
see.
like almost like a tier maker race. Does
That
this
might
have
work.
Hollow ID? Oh yeah, it does. It has Rainer.
It does.
Okay,
It
very
doesn't. It
recent.
doesn't. It doesn't have hollow stars though.
Damn. And
Yeah,
also
it's a
does
shame.
not have redacted.
Okay, well here's
I mean,
here's
Yeah,
mine.
that makes sense.
I've never
Okay,
done
let
this
me-
live, so this is like, well,
We're going to have
ready?
to do this
Are you-
so
are you
fast
streaming
as
yours
well.
too?
Yeah, yeah, I am now.
okay. Let me see. Let me get it set up for the stream so we have both of them.
good. It's already based. It's already based.
It already.
I can do
That's
it.
true. That's true. Well, I should not look
She's
at
really
yours.
good.
I should not look
She's
at yours
really
at all
good.
and set it up.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I feel okay. Some of these I'm not going to rank just because I don't know them. I think that's preferable to like not actually.
Yeah, that's valid.
You know what? Hollow F4 has like a lot of killers. I'm not gonna lie. They're so good.
All right. Well, that's Matt's in the corner. I've got mine. Let me. This is good enough. What are we looking at here? That's there. That's there. That's there. Who else? That's
I
there.
could count it out and say this is
That's
unordered.
there. That's there.
What's going on? I feel like you're just trying to be controversial.
Wow.
Who is that? Who's this directed at?
This is directed at Con. Or no, wait.
Damn.
No. Wait, who am I watching on Discord?
That's me.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm on the stream. Actually, I can
I'm not
also
watching the
Discord
stream.
stream.
Let me look at the stream.
I can
now,
also
too.
Discord stream if you want to look at the side by
I
side.
opened the stream on my phone so I can see it there. Ooh, okay.
This is
better.
this
Now
is
I can
not
side
going
by
to have a
side.
lot of characters just because I don't watch that many clips.
I'm gonna do all the. This is unranked, by the way. Maybe I'll rank it if I
Or I don't.
consider it.
Yeah. Actually, ranking is like really tough.
I see. Okay.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna like drop people in so I know who I could create a judgment about. None of the people in E tier. I'm actually putting.
This
in
is
E
also
tier.
very stacked at the top. I'm gonna try to dilute it down further.
That's something that we try to do after we've tabled like all the Democratic votes, is we try to like actually make it look presentable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have to be normalized, and then. Is there anyone else I watch often? Or not even watch often, just like watch enough clips to like have a solid judgment on. Maybe Rose is pretty cool. Okay. No, actually no, I don't watch enough of her, but I think she's cool.
No one does.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Hey, how can you adequately rank any of these people that have streamed like 1 hour when everyone else has streamed like 32 hours a month or more? I'm just pulling out random numbers, but like that's the thing. Like, I look over at someone's tier list and I see Reyna at the top right after she debuted, and I'm like, oh, okay, we got someone who only thinks with their dick. Got it.
I don't like her design. I just like her a lot.
To the judge.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't order this. This is like kind of busted. Actually, I don't even know if I watched Rusia enough. I just watch her get mad. This is just gonna end up like 50 players in SS.
Cool. So hold on. Let me just make sure I got this straight. Let me check my notes. You are willing to criticize people for how they arrange characters comparatively, but you are not willing to exercise that same judgment for yourself. Got it.
No, because I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
Do you want me to say I?
Why don't you just admit that you don't have a footing in this conversation and you don't know what you're talking about?
I can't believe I just got PM'd and it just says I hover over and I see a tier list. Sean, I am sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if this is what the people came for, but this
No,
is what
it's
they're
not.
being
But we
suggested.
need
This is
to
100%
spend
not
time.
what people came
we
here
have
for.
half an hour before Melty, and what else am I supposed to do? Practice? Nah. Maybe.
Let me see if
Is
there are,
this
like, any other
it?
things.
Am I keeping it like this? All these people are like, oh wait, where's Yofi? Yofi's cool too. Just for the whole translation bit. And treating other people like people.
I'm starting to notice a trend where it's not about entertainment and just about like their knowledge.
do you
Yeah,
mean?
because it's like I don't know. Like
Then
I
again-
can't
then I-
I
then again,
can't
I see.
watch like Hachima streams, but I think the whole like creativity she puts into all that effort is like admirable to bring her up into SS tier, even if I find it kind of difficult to watch her myself.
Why can't you
watch
her?
She's really loud.
Fucking turn down your sound. What are you talking about? You can watch Ollie, but you can't watch her.
Actually, no, I can watch Hachima cooking, but there needs to be
You
someone
watch
else.
Rusha, but you can't watch her?
I don't watch Rusia. I put it because I found a few
Why is
clips of
she
her,
up
and that's
there?
my.
Risha is like the perfect 3 a.m. stream. She's always
can't-
streaming 3 a.m. Eastern. It's fantastic. It's perfect.
Do
Always
you
there.
want me to only include people I actually watch?
I mean,
That's
like,
gonna be a
whose
barren,
streams
that's
I
gonna be
actually
a barren
watch?
landscape right there.
why am I even here?
That's a barren landscape, and you know it. Why you got so quiet?
This is the tier list.
Seeing everything.
This is the actual tier list of I watched these people for
Well,
more than an hour.
At least he's honest. That now we're looking like an Omar tier list. That's good.
Right. These are the people I can be like, oh yes, I could watch this and then and like enjoy my time. This is not fun to look at. No one wants to look at this. People want to get mad. That's why tier lists exist. It's just for people to get mad and make YouTube content. Could you imagine if I upload this tier list to YouTube? I'm like, wow, watch me rank a tier list. It's Yagoo because all of his videos are in English.
I just wanna save this soundbite of tier lists aren't meant to be good. They're just meant to make people mad, and then just rewind to where you
It's
were getting
true.
mad,
It's
and
true
then
though.
saying that my tier list was bad.
Look,
You can't have it both ways.
no, they are meant to make people mad. That means I get mad too. And then it's just like, this is the people I watch sometimes. That's it. What else am I supposed to
Any
do?
issues with cons besides Hachima's placement?
How
I
low
really
is
think-
where's Hachima?
Like-
Oh, she's really low.
Like, listen, the thing about Luna is like entirely personal. I find her voice and design completely off-putting, and I think she weirds me out. But I'm not like angry that she's in S tier for someone. I think the rest of this looks fine.
Okay, here's my personal case with Hachama is I remember.
Oh
So-
yeah, Okayu and yeah. Why is Gura and Botan so whatever? I'll let
Actually,
it
I'm
slide,
actually
whatever.
not too much of a Gura fan either.
No, I
What
don't.
about Botan?
A lot of these
Gura
people that are
seems-
further down are people that I just find either not too enjoyable to watch or have conflicting time schedules with other people that I think are much preferred, or are just people that I just flat out will refuse to watch. So I remember
Okay.
watching Hachama years ago as Hato playing Minecraft, and I thought that was legitimately some of the most grating stuff I've ever
That doesn't
seen.
sound fun at all. Yeah.
I did not enjoy it.
I think before Hachima discovered crack cocaine, there wasn't really any appeal in watching.
There was no reason to watch.
I
Okay,
think
yeah, till back then.
I genuinely think Hachima cooking is fantastic content, but she needs like she needs a Sukomi. She needs someone else there. It's not fun with only her like poisoning herself.
I'm gonna
I don't know.
attempt to order.
I think chat can be like a good straight man to that, where they're just like Hachima put down the raw.
I don't
fish
look
or
at chat
whatever.
though. The thing with me in streams is I
well-
never look at any chats ever.
Also,
I think for
Hololive
some-
members have a bad habit where they don't do the Eris thing. They don't read chat out loud. When they read it, it feels like they just kind of react to it or something instead of actually reading the
Yeah.
message. And it's like,
I agree with that.
I'm
I
not
think it makes it
staring at
really
chat all the
disorganized. It's hard for you to know what they're talking about, and then it's also hard for you to like know if they've responded to you or like whatever. But I think for some streams it's pretty important. I think there's like a current arc where a lot of people are doing Duolingo for English stream. I think that's a
Yeah.
great time to look at chat.
oh yeah,
And then I also think Hachima cooking, your eyes should be almost glued exclusively to chat, for your own sake, so you don't throw up. But it's also fun.
Well, I will also say this is under the perspective of I am someone who can understand Japanese well enough to get by, and most of the time I have these streams in the background. I'm doing something else.
Sure. Yeah. No, I do that a lot too, but I'm obviously not able to internalize nearly as much because I don't have like any Japanese knowledge whatsoever.
I'm trying to order this, and I think it's already mostly well ordered enough, especially here.
Besides what I said, I think yours looks fine. Like, yeah. All right, let me look back over at it.
Let me check out. I've not seen this one at all.
this is a stupid curse tier list
What am I even looking at?
and very controversial.
I mean,
Is this?
you're watching Ina. I'll give you the pass.
I watch her every once in a while, not recently, but I do like her the most.
She's probably my favorite to have on in the background because I find her voice and delivery, as well as her BGM, like some of the most like relaxing content out there.
She's cool.
I'm gonna order
Yeah.
towards the bottom. Honestly, I would say we're gonna bring it down to another tier. just to break out some of this part here.
And then I think they're roughly ordered in the amount of proportion of the content that I've watched since I started following them. At least in the I watch the content bit. Of course, I don't really watch the content as completely unordered, right?
Yeah, it can be unordered. I mean, you don't watch them, so yeah.
Well, clips only might be a more accurate determination of it.
Gura C tier is cursed. I don't
Should
agree.
I try ordering
I
the
don't
clips
agree.
only? This would be like chaos to order.
This is already mostly ordered, I think. Feels mostly right. At least for me. Maybe. Yeah. This is way hard to do without anything in the background. I'll say that.
Yeah.
This feels weird.
I don't think we're
I think it's
going
good.
to
I think
publish
it's
this
good.
segment.
I'm
Are we
tapping
going
out.
to publish this segment?
What do you mean?
If it's not, then we can-
This is part of the video.
Oh,
Just be glad
fuck.
Sam isn't here. Let's just all be glad Sam isn't here.
Oh wait, my actually no. Your video does not cut out my part, but I don't know how well your video is showing up on the stream.
Yeah, I could just like send you a screenshot of it.
Actually, no, you can make it out. You could tell what's what.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, none of it matters because the only thing that only category that actually matters is I watched their content, and it's just like 4 people.
I think I have enough exposure. I'm tapping out. This is done. This is ordered too, by the way. Try to see if there's any last minute adjustments I would make. But
For
I don't
me,
think
the
there's
top
any.
is the top is ordered and everything else is not. Well, that was stupid.
That's what people do on Twitch.
I know.
This is
Yeah,
Twitch
this
content.
is what
Is there
Jaywalk
a
does
tier
on
list
Twitch.
section? Is there a tier list category that we should put ourselves
There's
in?
0 chance.
This should be.
All right, I'm tapping out. Screenshot this one. This is what it is.
I guess I can send this to Sam and be like, yeah, this is what you missed. Glad you didn't show up.
Would there be any hot takes about these tier lists?
If there are, I'll let you know. I don't even know if he's awake. It says he's active. He's probably awake.
I'm officializing this by putting this in the VTuber channel. This really is like non-content. This is so dumb. Who the fuck like decides just I'm gonna go on Twitch one day and do this and make money? Like unironically.
All right, we're taking this off the stream. We're transitioning back. This was really stupid.
This was really stupid.
All right. Moving back, we got about 15-20 minutes before we got to start our multi-blood tournament for here. Is any kind of wrap-up questions we want to get into?
Yeah, I guess if either of you guys or anyone in the chat has any questions for me, I'll try to rapid fire answer them.
Yeah, we can take chat questions as well. I guess I can chip in something.
Sure.
Is there any interesting stories, I guess, from older Smash 4 tournaments or whatever? Because I feel like there's
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's enough stuff that has happened, but we don't know about it yet.
Yeah, I could go through a few things really quickly. We had I mentioned earlier that we had like John Numbers there like almost every week. He was just kind of hanging out. But I didn't mention that he would always show up 2 hours in advance and pass out on the couches at U-Haul. And then I would have to wake him up and tell him that the event is starting. So that's something that I would have to do every week. Just be his alarm clock. In addition, We had so I mentioned we had some like high profile guests over the events. We even had some like impromptu ones like I don't know. It even feels weird to bring him up, or either of them up. But at one point, D1 and Etika came by like randomly at midnight and just like hung out with us. And I mean, at the time, that was really really cool. And
Oof.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's an oof for a couple reasons, but that was definitely like really really hype at the time for sure. Um, one story that I think is like I don't know, like decently funny, or I think you guys might get a kick out of it because you've done a lot of organizational stuff. Is that one time there was an event where we were using that like little extra room that's usually locked off in U-Haul,
Hmm.
and we had permission for it for like certain days because some people try to reserve it for studying or some random shit. At one point, someone that works at U-Haul, like the front desk, came over and was like, "Are you sure you have like the authority to use this room?" And I completely lied out of my ass and said, "Yeah, of course we have permission." And I started like pulling up an old email from like a year and a half ago that said we have permission for like a very specific date, and I showed it to her on my phone and specifically held my thumb over the date and just like showed the permission part, and she was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then we were good for the rest of the night. Like nobody bothered us or anything. I just completely lied to them.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
There's so many rooms that we've just like randomly taken over too.
I mean, the thing is, like, if there was like someone that had reserved the room and like had a reason to use it, I would have given it to them. But I knew that she was just being troublesome and just like, you guys aren't allowed, and you should like leave this room. Oh, you have permission. Oh, okay, and like that's all you need.
Hmm.
This is already a lot better than the whole tier list discussion.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we're back to normalcy. Favorite Nick and Allie moment? I think that would easily have to be $400 billion. When Allie was trying to get Eddie to suck someone's dick for $400 billion on a train.
What?
I don't think anything can top that. I think that's like one of the best YouTube videos of all time. As much as I may hate Allie, I still get a kick out of watching that every now and again. I think it's
I don't even know what
so
this
good.
is. What is this?
You have some homework. Allie, Nick, and Ed were on a train. Nick takes out his camera and starts recording because Allie is asking Ed if there's a hypothetical world where Ed would suck someone's dick for $400 billion. And this is just like on a random train, and like there's plenty of people around, and Allie looks dead set on getting a yes from Eddie. Like I don't think Allie has ever wanted. Not Castream Ed. Nick and Allie's like old childhood friend, I think. Allie looks like he's never wanted anything more than a yes out of this hypothetical, and it's just he looks so deranged, and the cinematography is perfect. Like Nick is just like zooming in on his like gritty teeth. It's great.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I also wanted to bring this up. What is
Uh-oh.
what is the what is the
Uh-oh.
story behind the
Oh
Daily
no.
Weeb music with SJ?
So I mean, I don't really remember how it started, but uh, Sam would just like play weeb music. I'm sure if you were here, he has like a better recollection of like how it started since it was. I mean, it's his but his baby. Um, but he would just play weeb music, and I would like sometimes be annoyed by it, sometimes just feign being annoyed by it, and then he just made it like a running thing that he would just like blast some weeb music, go into my room and bother me, and record it. And yeah, I don't know why people like it so much. Some of them are funny. Some of them are funny.
Some of them are really good.
Some of them
I would say.
some of them I can remember how annoyed I was. But yeah.
I've thought about documenting this further and putting it up on the PGN club page, but
No.
I was
mean, if you
thinking
want
like,
to, I
oh,
don't
maybe
care.
this is a little too personal, and it's also like a little too stupid.
It is pretty stupid.
I don't know, Matt, if you got anything to ask.
I'm actually just busy seeding Melty Blood still.
That's understandable. Well, we got like an 18 people here now.
18 person bracket. Yep.
It's a
Yeah,
big
and I
big
think
bracket.
that's I think
got
that's
some
like all the
people.
bullet points I'd written down.
I'll
anyway.
probably be dropping out too, so we can run the stream better.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. A lot of names I recognize, but a lot of players, some players I haven't played against. In
Actually, yeah. Let me do that 100%. Let me drop out so I can run the stream.
Is anyone playing Nero? Because I like Nero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Do
No,
we have any
do we
Nero
not have a
players?
C Nero player?
No, I
Really?
Not that
I didn't
recognize.
say C Nero. It could be any Nero.
I think RK. Yeah. You didn't tell me you knew anything about Multi-Blood. Goddamn.
I mean, I don't know a lot. I just like Nero.
Nero is cool. No, we don't. I think Skeleton might have a pocket Nero, but he has a Necro or Chaos.
That's close
Nero
enough.
are-
That's
close.
not what
Which
I
is-
asked.
Close
That's
enough,
close enough to an arrow in my heart.
But I don't think we have any actual Nero players.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I feel like almost everyone has a pocket Nero because his F Nero's combos is just jumping heavy.
Yeah, it's just JC.
Jumping heavy.
Yeah.
JC. Yeah. It'll be pretty fun though. It's definitely like, I think it's the most bottom to top NYU PGN bracket we've ever had. I guess, right? Massive range of players, but there's like, I don't know how else to describe it. Well-rounded might not be the word I would use to call it.
It's just a big tournament where a lot of people from different communities pulled up. That's about it.
And by
Cool.
different communities, you mean Fuckfest and Sneldom.
Oh, we also got the Windjammers people. We got them
Oh,
out in full
yeah.
force. We got Street
Springkick
Fighter
as
the
a whole.
movie,
Yep.
Sailor Moon.
I thought you were
Well-
talking about the Multi-Blood specifically. Yeah, as a whole, yes, we have we've done some marketing. That's what I'll say.
All right, so I got word back from Sam. He said, "All right, that list ain't that bad. Ain't that all that bad, to be honest. But there are some takes that are interesting.
Okay.
I think he's
On
mostly
which
referring-
list?
Which one? This is Hans. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I didn't show the other one because the other one was just like 3 people, and then I don't watch them. So that wasn't very useful. But I'm pretty sure he's referring to like Hachima, Botan, and Gura. If I had to get, and maybe like Mio, because he has like a personal affinity to Mio. But like, yeah, maybe Luna. I don't know. Whatever. But more or less okay with it. Also,
I feel like I didn't write down anything that's like super out there.
I mean, the Gura thing is probably pretty out there, right?
Is it really?
I think so. It's pretty popular. Whatever. It's not important. The other thing I was gonna say is, yeah, I'll probably keep the Melty Blood stream on in the background, and watch that a little bit. I'm not super into fighting games, but I do like playing Nero, and yeah, I'll keep it on and take a look.
We gotta be looking out for the Jump C,
Yeah.
the
all I want.
classic. We do have 4 multiplayers here. We do have a notification to be playing on the most recent version of CC Caster. This version is like months old. If you're not on this version,
This is not a months old version.
really?
The Win 10 patch has the same version number, but modifies things for a, what do you call it? It does not have a new number basically, but it is a different version.
Weird.
It fixes like 59 FPS issues on Windows 10. I never had the issue myself, but I think I heard it makes playing against other Win 10 users smoother.
Do you have this? Do you have it installed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Huh.
You
So I guess
as a spectator would not
as
need
a
this, I
spectator,
think.
it's not gonna be necessary. But I didn't. It's weird that they would make a patch and then not change the version number.
It's an unofficial patch.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. All right, and with that, we're probably gonna be moving to multiplayer pretty soon as we get set up for that.
Alright,
Again,
I need to make the self promo post on all the other things. I could be like, oh, we're live with Multi-Blood.
yeah. Again, thank you, Paul, for coming with us. Even though I feel like we spend a lot of time doing absolutely, completely unproductive stuff.
we had to do it a little bit oddly just because normally we have an infinite amount of time, but we had to speed run the PG interview.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, no, and I'm happy to come by and share some of my thoughts and I guess like my journey in club organization, and if anything was helpful, if anyone can find like any takeaway and like how it is to run a club and like form events and form a community, then like that's basically all I want. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're going to have this archived on the YouTube channel with all the other PG interviews. So maybe in the future, maybe one day, this club will actually go somewhere.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, but
Well, the idea is we make a legend so that whoever the president after the next one, it will be like, oh yeah, this existed. Let's see what's going on.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, but anyway, thank you for joining us here. We probably should wrap it up. Move on to Melty Blood coming up real soon. Is there anything you want to plug in? Real quick?
Yeah, sure. Follow me on Twitter at PaulDSSB. I mean, you can basically find me at PaulDSSB on basically anything. These days, I don't really play any Smash because I'm not a big fan of Ultimate, and I basically just play WoW and Valheim right now. That's all I do. Yeah. But yeah, thanks again for having me. Good luck with the rest of the tournament, and I don't know, get hyped for Melty, I guess.
Hell yeah. And then we'll definitely try to get you and SJ on sometime in the future. I just don't know when.
Sure, sounds good. I'm usually pretty flexible and available. It's really just pulling Sam away from watching a midnight Mio karaoke stream. That's all you have to worry about.
All right.
All right, well, I'll head out. Thanks again. Later,
Yep.
guys.